Today, we are going to talk about 6 creativity killers and how you can stop them. And the last one is going to surprise you. Creativity killer number 1, overwhelm or stress. Being overwhelmed by this project, it's too much. So I want you to check out, because we have this great video on tips to get rid of overwhelm, because it really will kill your creativity. When you're stressed or overwhelmed, your creativity cannot come out. It just blocks everything. So check out Artist Pages, that video, and check out tips to get rid of overwhelm. And when you release that stress and that overwhelm, your creativity, your joy can come out. Creativity killer number 2, fear. Fear's a big one. So I want you to check out our video on how to kick fear to the curb. But let's talk about that a little bit. A lot of the fear, I think, comes from, what will people think about me, right? We don't want to create something because people might judge you. Well, the idea is, so what? People are going to judge you whether you create something or not. And when people judge you, that is their issue. They've got their own thing going on. They're not creating and they wish they were, or whatever. Like, that is their business. Your business is to create and find joy in your life. So check out the video on fear, because it talks about like what we do with fear, because you can't just say stop being fearful. Like, we're gonna have anxiety and we're gonna have fear around creating something new. Whenever we start something new or create something we've never created before, fear will come up because we are always afraid of the unknown. That is normal. What I really want you to be able to do is recognize that, and also stop worrying so much about what other people think, and really take care of yourself and create for yourself and put something out in the world. Like, creating something, whether people like it or not, is better for the world, and it will create joy in your life. And I guarantee someone's gonna like it, right? That's the cool thing about creativity. Some people will like it, some people won't. So you've gotta create. Creativity killer number 3, perfectionism. So a lot of people, perfectionism and procrastination can kind of be the same thing. We say like, I can't finish it because it's not perfect, I can't make it perfect, and then we end up procrastinating, right? The idea is nothing is ever perfect. So you have to create for creation's sake. And then we have a video about that, even creating things badly on purpose to get your body used to not worrying about whether something is perfect or not. But you know that if you're worrying too much about perfectionism, it's not going to get done. There's no such thing as perfect. So what I want you to do is create anyway. And even if you put something out there that's not fully finished, you're going to learn from it, and the next thing you create is going to be even better. But you can't strive for perfectionism because nothing gets done. So strive for good enough. I did my best, and next time I'll do better. Screw perfectionism and just create. Creativity killer, distractions. We are a society that's easily distractible, right? Especially now with the age of technology and social media and everything else. And a lot of that stuff is fun, but it makes us not get things done, right? So we live in a world where technology is everywhere. And that's a good thing, but it is also something that really distracts us. So what I say all the time is set a timer and get rid of distractions for a certain amount of time. So if you're creating something and you've got your phone nearby and someone drops over, your pet comes in, like you're like, oh, you know, so you get distracted very easily and nothing gets done. Or something that could have taken like 10 minutes takes an hour or 2 hours, and you don't even realize like how quickly something can get done because all these distractions. So set a timer, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, do as much as you can without any distractions, and then give yourself a social media break or whatever, or play with your pets, and then come back, set another timer, but get rid of distractions. And you're gonna get so much more done, and your brain is gonna be in creativity mode. You're gonna have a lot more inspiring thoughts, a lot more creative problem solving. So get rid of distractions. Creativity killer number 5, giving up. We give up way too easily. People come up with great ideas. I could do this, I could do that, and they start them, and then they never finish them because they need staying power. So anything that you create or you want to do, when we first have that idea, it's really exciting, and that gives us like the impetus to want to create. And then it gets hard. And we're like, oh, maybe I actually want to do this over here, because then we get this brand new idea and then we start something else. But when it gets hard, we stop and we want to create something else. We convince ourselves like, no, actually I didn't want to do that, but I could do this. What's really happening is anything worth creating is going to be hard. It's going to take work. So the first parts of it are joyful and exciting and inspiring, but you're going to get to a point where you just got to get it done. You're gonna have to grind it out to get to the point where you've actually created something. And I think if you're aware of that, like, hey, I delved into this thing, and then your brain is like, well, it's getting hard, so maybe I don't really want to do this after all. So if you start being aware of that and you're like, hey, my brain's doing that thing again, thank you, brain, but I'm gonna stick with this. I have staying power. I'm gonna grind it out, and then you're gonna get to the place where you feel a lot more joy because you've accomplished something. So again, use a timer if you want, but that will help you have staying power so you can push past the grind and get to the place where you've actually created something. You can do it. Last one, creativity killer number 6, and this one might surprise you. Jealousy. Jealousy and bitterness. And we have to be really self-honest, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. Like, jealousy is a big one for me. And I have to fight it at every turn. And it's really hard with social media because you're doing something, you're working hard, and then you go on social media and someone's already done a bunch more stuff than you, or whatever, or their lives just seem so perfect, right? So jealousy is tough, and bitterness is tough, because what it does is it takes our focus off what we're creating and the really good work that we're doing, and it puts it on someone else. And either then we start making comparisons, well, that person's smarter than me, that person's more creative, why bother? So the idea is there's enough creativity, there's enough joy, there's enough abundance in the world for everybody. So we want to cheer on other people's successes as well as our own. Just because someone's created something wonderful doesn't mean that you can't also. So the idea of being grateful for the abundance of the universe and knowing that other people can succeed, but that's not gonna make you not succeed. Does that make sense? So like, you get to have your moment, and so do other people. And they're different moments because you're unique. You are bringing things to the table that are unlike them. So we are all unique, and we're all sort of living our own lives, and you get to create what you think of. You get to do and live the life that you deserve, and so does everybody else. So changing, if you can, jealousy, bitterness to like, wow, a lot of people are doing great things out there. That is amazing. And people are creating things and creating joy for other people, and people are enjoying their lives. Like, we should be applauding that. If people are happy and enjoying their lives, like, that's more really good energy in the universe. And guess what? You also get to enjoy your life and create amazing things and build yourself up. We can all do it together. So those are 6 creativity killers. You are now aware of them. So when they come up, you can stop them in their tracks, and then you get to be the best you possible and create something amazing for the world.